Hi everybody, Spence here again. Pretty grim. It's pretty cold out there, isn't it, at the moment? I'm in my conservatory. Like to get out. Oh, the sun's just come out. The sun's just come out. Down here you can see a few practice clumps. My speed sticks. I love the speed sticks. A few chippers and my wobble board. All sorts of rubbish, really. We're just trying to do anything we can, aren't we? I'm going to talk about putting. I was a good putter in my day, still am. It's sort of something that came fairly natural to me, but it is something I work very hard on. When I'm in tournament mode, when I play the Day Shore Tour, I probably do about 3 sessions a day on the putting green. Not for many length of time, probably 10-15 minutes at a time, but I'm right in on it when I do it. Now let's just talk about my history of putters. So Sam, you're going to have to zoom in a bit here. This is my first one, a 8813 Wilson. Very, very light and tiny face. I mean, really tiny, and I put all the lead tape to try and, but this is so light. It's about a C1 in swing weight. This is so light. You couldn't use this anymore. Anyway, then I went on to this one, and this was left at the 1986 tour school in our apartment that about 5 of us were sharing. And Andy Cotton reckons it's his, but no one claimed it, so I grabbed it and I used it for 20 years. And it was really an old faithful. I did swap now and again with other putters, but this is the one that stuck with me. Now, when I won the Swiss European Masters for this, I think Lee Westwood said he's got about 30 or 50 of these. I don't know how many he's got, but I've only got 2. I only won 2 tournaments, and as you can see, they colour them in very nicely for you, pink. I don't know whether they still do it. I think they do. It's a really nice touch. So that was the putter that I really stuck with most of my career. Then I went on to the Sedona Blade from a pink, much deeper than the 8813, as you can see, and it had the steel insert, which gave you a lovely feel actually. Black on the back. I've got all sorts of different maids, and I won the Moroccan Open with that in 2000, and they gave me that one as well. Now, sometimes when you're not putting very well, you can panic a bit and go to something a bit odd, and I did that once with this. It's a snake eyes. It's a lovely old-fashioned blade, as you can see. Sort of something that Ken Brown used to use back in the day when I was at school watching Ken Brown putt on TV. This is what Brownie would use. But this didn't last more than around with me. I was absolutely useless with that. But I panicked before the PGA Championship Wentworth, and it was a bad mistake, so stick with what you know. So recently, over the last, well, I don't know, 15 years, I guess, 12, 15 years, I've gone to the Odyssey, which are, well, in my opinion, the best putters at the moment. There's so many good stuff out there, though, but I'm stuck with this, which is an absolute beauty. I love it. It's very similar to my Ping Answer, as you can see in shape. Very, very similar, and slightly offset as well, so they work very well. That's brilliant with the modern ball. But I also fiddle with a sort of 2-ball. This is the Tuttle, the latest, one of the latest ones from Odyssey, and you can see the face balance there. It's absolutely pure. I really enjoy putting with this. It's a totally different method, and I'm going to go into that in a different piece, talking about how these different putters react and how you should putt slightly differently with each one. That's for another time though. Now I'm reading this. It's a big one. Been in my bookcase for a long time. Jack Nicklaus, My Stories and Autobiography. Great book, 1 to 7th chapter. And he talks about how difficult putting is, and when he played with Ben Hogan in the Masters back in the day, how great Hogan struck the ball, but he just really struggled on the greens. And Jack talks about it quite openly here about how difficult putting is for all the top pros. But he also makes the point, anybody out on tour is actually an excellent putter, mate. You can forget that, because they think they're going to hold everything. Now, Sam, you're going to have to zoom in on this. Let's take it up to modern day. These are some stats I did I did a piece to the Neville Golf Club. This is about Brooks Koepka. This is when he was world number 1, and these are his putting stats. They're pretty impressive, aren't they? 99% from 3 feet, that's great. 82% from 6 feet, Brooks Koepka. This was through the season. Dropped off a bit to 7 feet, 50% from 10 feet. What are your stats at home, I'd say to you? Get 10 balls out and you get an idea. That's what I do. 10 balls in all different areas, you'll get an idea of what you should expect to hold. And this stat here for me, between 15 and 20 foot, you hold 1 out of 4. That's pretty incredible. But let's take that to the current world number 1. Now this is on this season. Bear in mind he's only had about 13 or 14 rounds, but it gives us an indication of where Rory is, and he's pretty similar to Koepka. Look at that. From 10 foot, Rory is 61%. That is unbelievable. And between 15 and 20 foot, he's 31%, which is 7th on the PGA Tour this year. It just tells me that Rory's really, really comfortable from 25 feet and in. The distance he struggles with, if you can see with the 7 foot here, 38%, is just that between 5 and 9 feet area there, which are the putts you have quite a lot of because you're chipping down to these areas. They're the putts he struggles with. From 3 feet he's very solid, and 10 feet and beyond he's very, very good. And Rory will know that through the stats. I think that's an area that he can work on. So sometimes these stats, I'm not a great statistician, but they can work for you. Right, that's all that chat. We're going to do a little bit of putting in my next post. It's coming on very shortly. Stay healthy.